Good morning, chemistry students. My name is Mr. Adam. This is chemistry. Today is the 16th of April. It is a Thursday, and it is a day one on our schedule. So good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well on this lovely Thursday morning. We're almost through another week of online learning. I know it's crazy to believe we've already been at this for 3 weeks. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all persisting in this new climate of learning and doing okay, keeping up with your work. I know that the shine is kind of off the apple at this point, right? It was kind of fun the first week or so when we were kind of trying to figure things out and everything was new and we hadn't anything to do for a while, so we were like, yeah, we'll take some schoolwork. We're kind of bored. I got that from a couple people. But I know that's not the case as much anymore, right? Now it feels a little bit more like school. Now it feels a little bit more like work and less like something new and something to do. That being said, I hope that these videos, if you watch them, give you a chance to kind of perk up in the morning and get excited that we're going to have an opportunity to learn something new and kind of talk with each other. Now, I know these videos aren't as good as, a live in-person meeting or a video meeting, so I'm trying to keep that up. I'm trying to do weekly live meetings still. I want to make sure to give you guys that opportunity so we can actually have some community, get together, talk as a class. And again, these usually aren't super serious, super content related. We maybe go over one content problem or ask some questions, but usually they're just kind of a chance to chat and catch up and see what's going on in everybody's lives. I know not a lot's going on now necessarily, right? It's kind of a boring time for some of us, right? Because there's not a whole lot going on. We're stuck at home. We don't do the things we normally do. But it is nice to just see each other and kind of chat and catch up for a little bit. So it's always good. So with that being said, those live video meetings, I'm still going to try to do those once a week. I'm not going to increase the frequency much more than that because attendance hasn't been amazing. So I'm not going to offer much more than that unless there's a lot of demand for that. But we will do some live video meetings again tomorrow. And like the first week we did it, I'm going to split those up into class periods again. So I'll send out an email with this announcement today or tomorrow. But second period, we'll meet at 1:30 tomorrow on Google Meet again. Say hi, chat for a little bit, ask any questions, and then wrap up. Third period will be 2 o'clock. Fifth period will be 2:30. Eighth period will be 3 o'clock. And I've been saying those would be about 20-25 minutes, but the conversation usually lasts about 15. So we'll cut those off whenever we're done, and then we'll move on to the next one. But your period will start at your specified time, no matter what. Okay. So other thing that I know I miss about classes, I miss a little bit of the chaos, right? A little bit of the chaos of KAHOOT. So we are actually going to have a quiz in the online classes after the first section, which will be after lesson 2.8. There will be a quiz, but again, remember, we're on pass-fail. It's serious. You do want to try. You do want to put effort into reviewing for this and making sure you know this stuff. But your goal is just to prove that you've mastered a decent chunk of this content. And you're not going to be perfect at all of it. We don't expect that of you because it's hard to teach this way. It's hard to learn this way. But you are going to try to prove what you have learned, to prove what you know. So there will be a decent bit of review and a decent bit of work required on your part for that. As far as studying, resources you can use for that, I think for the quiz, it'll be the case that you can't have any other tabs open. It'll be a Google form again. But if you write down any notes, if you write down hints to yourself or things that you need for that quiz, I have no problem with that. It's not open book per se, but if you have notes that you'd like to write to yourself because, we haven't studied the typical way that we would for this quiz, or we haven't learned the typical way we would for this quiz, if you have notes that you want to write to yourself for this, that's perfectly fine. Anyways, with that quiz will probably be next Wednesday, I believe. So if it's next Wednesday, that means that our review day would be on Tuesday. And I think a review day for this is probably necessary. The other chem teachers might disagree and their schedule might be a little off, but we'll talk about it. But that being said, next Tuesday will be a review day. And for that, I would like to do a live KAHOOT. I don't know what platform I'm going to use for that yet. It could be on Twitch. It could be, I think Twitch has a delay though. It could be on Google Meets or Hangouts or something. It could be live streaming on YouTube. whatever the case, I'll figure out what the platform is for it, and I'll try to set it up and test it before that, and we'll have a live Kahoot next Tuesday. We're just going to do one Kahoot. We're not going to do each class, but we'll do one Kahoot all together. And the one thing I need your help coming up with is what prizes should there be for the top 5 in this big, potentially 90-person Kahoot for all of our classes, right? So it's not mandatory, as always, but it is encouraged that you come Tuesday for the live Kahoot. Should be fun, should be a good way to review. If you don't come to live Kahoot, I'll provide some review materials on the classroom, and you can use those to review. All right, so that's kind of all for announcements. Again, for this lesson today, we're still working on the Ester synthesis lab, which again, we can't be in the lab for, which is sad, but we have a completed lab for you today, where it shows you the procedure, talks through the procedure, what you would have done, and then it shows you the results. And it says, the smells that we've been focusing on. What did it smell like before the experiment, and what did it smell like after? So you had 2 chemicals to start, right? One smelled medicinal and one smelled putrid, really terrible. You mix them together, right? And in the end, it smells sweet. So go ahead and look through those completed data charts. Please, if you're going to do anything today, read that completed lab in detail, very thoroughly. Read all the boxes and all the steps and all the data, right? Read through every piece of it until you kind of understand what was happening there, and then that's going to help you out with the assignment for today. So make sure to read that thoroughly. There is a video that is optional today that I've posted. It's about 5 minutes long. It's another chemistry teacher, professor, whoever, doing this experiment. Like, it's not very exciting to watch in person. You see clear liquids, stay clear liquids. But what he's doing is showing you the procedure that you would use to heat it up, to add everything together, and then he smells them in the end. He doesn't even say what they smell like. But this is what we would be doing in the lab. Not very exciting unless you actually get to smell the differences, see what happens, observe what happens with your nose. So it is what it is. Make sure to read that completed lab, and then if you want to, watch that video too. It's about 5 minutes long. It's not too bad. All right, so I think that's it for announcements, for the lesson. Today for the share of the day, kind of thinking to, a little bit of wishful thinking, maybe thinking in the future where you might want to go in the future when all this is over. So share of the day is, if you were to pick one place you could be right now, where would it be? Maybe who would you be with? What would you be doing, right? Where would you like to be right now? For me, it's April 16th. I'd love to be at a Penguins playoff game right now. It'd be a little bit early in the day for it, but I'd love to be in a Penguins playoff game, kind of feeling that energy, feeling that excitement again. Love to be somewhere on the beach in the Caribbean. There are a lot of places I'd rather be than home right now. And instead of focusing on, man, I can't be there, that sucks, I'm going to focus on, man, I can't wait until I can go to that place again. I can't wait until I can get to the future where I can go to those places again and be where I like being, where I enjoy being. So think about that. A little bit of wishful thinking today. Think towards the future and what you'd like to do once this quarantine and this pandemic is all over. Okay? Miss you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow for the live video meetings. That would be great. If not, keep working hard, stay safe, and stay positive. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully for live video meetings. Let's get a 1, 2, 3. Clap on me.